What's up, you? For today's video, with a full Paras evolution team, I'm going to take you on a trip to Paras. We've got Paras and Parasect. I've got two Pokemon here, so I'll be using the normals and the shinies to make up a team of 4. We got the abilities Effect Spore, which is pretty interesting, Dry Skin, and Damp. So I'll be covering all 3 of these abilities on my 4 Pokemon. If you do want to check me out on Twitch, people, that's where I do all my streams, stuff like that. Link is in the description of the video. I've got 3 battles today with the Paras Evolution team, and also today is a double upload day, so make sure you check out my earlier video I put up. That was a Suction Caps ability team. I would have put that probably a couple of hours ago before this. Alright, first battle here. This is against Rosa, and we have a Cacturn lead. I've got my Paras, and we got an Agility, Spore, Flail, and Endure set. So the EV spread on this is Max Speed and Max Attack. I've got the item Focus Sash and the ability Damp. Damp was a tricky one because it doesn't really activate all that often. I'd say stuff like Dry Skin is probably the best one on Paras and Parasect as abilities. But the thing about Dry Skin is if you want it to activate, it's actually really kind of bad too if you get hit by a fire move. So it's good, but it's bad for Paras or Parasect. So we got this Cacturn, and the thing about this is it is weak to Bug, which is quite nice. But it's going to be going for a Spiky Shield. At this stage, I was trying to set up a lot of agilities here because, you know, Paras isn't exactly what you call the fastest Pokemon in the world. So I was boosting my speed light and I went for Flail here. Flail's not going to do much. I was actually waiting for the Cacturn to land a hit on me to put me on 1 health, and then I could go for like a really powered up Flail. I wasn't really sure what move that Cacturn actually had to even hit me with because so far it had only used status moves like Spikes and Spiky Shield. So I went for another agility here. I was just hoping that it would land some sort of move against me. I was hoping it didn't have Sucker Punch, and it's going to be putting some more spikes on the field. If it does have Sucker Punch, I'd actually have to attack it with, with Flail to get that going. But anyway, I went for Flail again, and Flail is going to do no damage, of course. And now the Cacturn is going to go for Poison Jab. Like, okay, Poison Jab, that's fine. That'll put me on 1 health. The only thing about Poison Jab is it can poison you. It's got a 30% chance, and it didn't happen. I was like, nice. So should I go for Flail now, or should I go for Agility? Like, they're going to expect me to go for Agility or a status move. So I went for Flail, and then the Cacturn went for a Spiky Shield, so that's the end of my Paras. Poor little Paras. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot for me to work with there. There wasn't, there was only 1 attacking move, and Paras pretty much didn't do much damage outside that. So I'm going to bring in my Paras number 2 here. Now, this is my Counter and Dig set. I've also got X-Scissor and Bullet Seed. I've got the item Focus Sash and Dry Skin as the ability. This team was really, really difficult to run because none of these Pokemon, Paras and Parasect, they're not fast at all. They don't really hit hard. And I wouldn't call them super bulky either. And they've got so many 4 times weaknesses. In comes a Darkrai. I hit it with the X-Scissor and almost took it out. That was pretty cool. Got some great damage there. I've also got X-Scissor to go for again, or I could go for Bullet Seed. It's like, you know what? Let's go for Bullet Seed here. Bullet Seed hits a couple of times. But Darkrai is going to go for Hypnosis and put my little Paras to sleep. Now, Darkrai's ability Bad Dreams will kick in here, and it will be doing some damage to me. But while I'm sleeping at the moment, let me tell you what my EV spread is. It's actually the same as the very first Paras. So I had Adamant Nature, and I've got Max Speed and Max Attack. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the EVs. So now the Darkrai's going to go for a double team. Like, oh no, I hope I can wake up soon and take this thing out before it gets too many of them up. I woke up straight away, right? You wouldn't read about it. And I got the Bullet Seed off. And that's going to be the end of old Darkrai. So that was really, really good. Like a nice little early wake up there to finish that off. Who knows what that set would have been? It would be something super scummy. Next Pokemon to come out here is going to be the Cacturn from earlier on. So I know that Cacturn's got Poison Jab, and the problem here is I can't go for Counter because I've lost my Counter due to all of those spikes on the field. First things first, it is going to go for a Spiky Shield. Now, I went for Counter here anyway. I knew that it'd probably go for that to start off with extra like damage and stuff. And here comes the Poison Jab. That's the end of Paras. I wish I could have had my, my Focus Sash intact there. I would have been able to take out the Cacturn. That's all right, though, because I've got 2 more Parasect. I think this team's only 3 Pokemon as well. Yeah, it is. It's 4 versus 3. There you go. So I've got Spore, Agility, Fell Stinger, and Brick Spray. This is the best Pokemon on my team. The whole strategy with this is to get a Agility up to increase Parasect's speed, and then somehow take the opponent out with Fell Stinger to give yourself a +3 in attack. kind of situational, but in this case, since I got there 4 times on bug, that'd actually do like heaps of damage and, you know, hopefully take Cactus out. I've got the EV spreaders, max speed and max attack, jolly nature, and I've got Citrus Berry, and I've got effects for there too. So, sorry, the item is Citrus Berry, and the effect for is the ability. So that's going to be the end of Cactus, and that's a +3 in attack right on the spot there from Cactus. And the next Pokemon to come out here is going to be Gardevoir. So I was like, well, I don't think Gardevoir is going to live a Fell Stinger. I can't go for Brick Break, so I have to go for Fell Stinger. I could go for Spore, but I didn't want to risk it in case Gardevoir, like, woke up right away. So I went for the Fell Stinger, and that is the end of the Gardevoir. And that is also the end of the very first battle. Thank you for the Battle Rosa, and we'll get on to battle number 2 here. So battle number 2, this is against Amaze Dessert, and we've got a Carnivine. So Carnivine is interesting because it's a Grass-type Pokemon, and I've got pretty much all Bug-type moves on every single one of these except for the very first Paras, which is the Flail set. So I thought, okay, well, I could go Agility here. I'd say Carnivine's got some sort of, any sort of, like, powerful move, like, I don't know, anything. Paras isn't exactly bulky, right? So I was hoping it would, like, land a move like that against me. Carnivine is a little bit limited on the physical and special side, too, and especially being on BDS speed. So now it's going to go for a Vine, which really, really sucks because it's not going to do a lot of damage, and it's not going to put me on a low amount of health. And also, if I try to go Endure on the next attack, if it does hit me really hard, Bind will, obviously will, very, very bad there. So I went for Flail in. Now, Carnivine is going to go, hopefully, for a weaker move again. Hopefully, Bind is his only, like, attacking move there. However, it's going to have Crunch, and Crunch is going to take Paras out. That's unfortunate, because if I went for Crunch the first turn, I would have been put on, 1 health for Flail, which has been really, really good. So we're going to go into Parasect now. Actually, not a bad shiny when you think about it. I wonder what those... something I noticed in Parasect. I think I said this the other day or something like other time. On Parasect, there's Mushroom, right? It's got like 3 little dots there. I never noticed them before, like ever. Is that like a new thing? I'm actually going to go back and have a look at that. Oh, wait, no, it's on either side. Oh, it's like parts of the mushroom. They go all around there. I only just noticed that. So we go for Sludge Bomb on the Carnivine, and they're going to poison. I was like, nice, that's pretty good. I don't think Carnivine could do a lot to my Parasect here. Like, Crunch isn't going to do that much either. Now, this Parasect is... Actually, all of these were, like, quite offensive sets, except for the other Parasect. Wait, no, this is the other Parasect. So I've got Max Health, and I've got Max Special Attack. So we've got Giga Drain, Protect, Sludge Bomb, and Leech Seed. I've got the ability Effect Spore and the item Leftover. So we've got a very mean move there. So Carnivine's going to go and heal itself up right there. People try and make me say that move, but I don't say it anymore because I get roasted. So go for Sludge Bomb there, almost taking it out. Very, very close to taking out the Carnivine. I actually would like to see Carnivine get, I don't know, some sort of love. Maybe an evolution or a different form of it. What do you think? I just think it's such a, I don't know, such a forgotten Pokemon. So Bind's going to do a bit of extra damage to my Parasect, and I can go for any attacking move now to take it out. But I was like, wait, I can just go for Protect here. That'll obviously block all the attacks, and Carnivine will faint to the poison if it doesn't go for a healing move again, which I don't think it will, because Sludge Bomb will take it out next turn if it does. So I'm going to go for Protect, and Crunch is going to fail against my Parasect, and that is going to be the end of the Carnivine, which is very, very good. So I've only lost 1 Paras so far, so things are going quite good. Now this was I believe this was a 4v4 battle. I think so. This team had a lot of losses, by the way. Next Pokemon is going to be, it is a 4v4. So next Pokemon's Muck. I've got Leech Seed here. That's really all I can do to it. I mean, it's not exactly an easy Pokemon to come against, with the Parasect, you know what I mean? So Muck can go for any poison type move, and it's going to go for Poison Gas. I was like, okay, that's going to poison my Parasect, which sucks, because as you know, this is more of a stalling set. Leech Seed, unfortunately, is going to miss here, and that would have been great get damage against the Muck. I mean, I'm not saying it would have probably beaten the Muck with this Parasect, but it would have been really good to keep that Leech Seed up against there. So now I'm poisoned, and things aren't looking too good. So I went for Leech Seed again, and I was thinking, well, hopefully, Muck will stay in here, and it's going to go for Venom Drench. So that's a pretty interesting set. So what Venom Drench does, if you are poisoned, it actually drops your attack and special attack and speed by 1 stage. So it's more of a stalling move, but it's something you don't get to see all that often, right? So I've got some more leftovers on my Parasect, but essentially I'm not really doing like a lot of damage here to Muck. I mean, I've got the Leech Seed up. That's about it. So I could go for a Giga Drain here. That would probably be all right, but I think I'm going to eventually lose to Muck if it's got any sort of... I guess it depends what sort of like offensive move they've got. If it's got like Gunk Shot or something, I'm probably going to get wrecked. So swapping out my Parasect here, I thought I might conserve that and go into Paras just to see what other moves it had. So Paras is going to get hit by the Sludge Bomb. Like, oh, that really, really sucks. So Paras does have a Focus Sash, which is good, but I would have liked to actually conserve that. So now we got some, this is pretty funny. So Muck is going to get some Black Sludge there, and I'm going to get some Leech Seed. Look how much Leech Seed recovers my Paras. So like, quite funny actually. So there you go. I think I got nearly a quarter of my health back, or quite close. Yeah, I did. So now what I've got in this Parasect, I've got Dig. So I thought I can't go counter. X is going to do nothing. Bullet Seed is going to do nothing. How about I go Dig and Outsped Muck, which is really, really good. So I'm going to Paras is going to burrow its way underground, which is always good. And now Muck's going to go for a T-Bolt. So that's the other move it's got. So it's got Venom Drench, Poison Gas, Sludge Bomb, and T-Bolt. So it's like a special set. I actually really miss using like a Grimer and a Lola Muck. They're really good Pokemon. So Dig does some really good damage there. Muck's going to go for a Poison Gas. So now I'm going to be poisoned. I think Sludge Bomb would have taken him out there anyway, but I guess the next turn they're going to use that, right? So I was thinking about maybe that Muck's going to use Sludge Bomb this turn. Maybe I should try and swap into Paras or try and, I don't know, Leech Seed stall this thing. But I'm already poisoned there, so it's like, I don't have a lot of play here, right? Because Paras is like really, Parasect are really like weak to so many things like, you know, flying and fire moves. Like those things are really, really bad. So I went for X Scissor. It was my best effort there. And Muck goes for Venom Drench. I'm like, what? So anyway, my Paras is going to have its stats dropped again. I thought they might just go for Sludge Bomb. So I guess they were expecting me to swap into like another one of my Parasect or my, you know, my other Parasect there. And I'm going to take some more damage from Toxic, but I'm going to get some more health back from Leech Seed, which is pretty nice. Now, since Muck had the Leech Seed against it, I think it actually is just going to live this turn. Yeah, it did. It just lived this turn. So it lived on 1 health. You wouldn't read about it. So I've got Dig left. I was like, let's just go for Dig again, right? Now Muck is going to go for Sludge Bomb, and that's the end of my Paras. But I thought, this is actually quite good because I could use my Parasect here and use Fell Stinger. It's someone in the comment section right now that's watching this video. Anyone out there, whose favorite Pokemon is Paras or Parasect? I wonder if anyone watching this video actually likes these Pokemon. I like them. I think they're pretty interesting Pokemon, but is there anyone out there that really, really likes Paras and Parasect, or it's, you know, it's your favorite Pokemon? I'm really, really curious about that. So anyway, we're going to go for a Fell Sting here on the Muck, and that's going to take it. I thought it might just live really badly, and then I died to Sludge Bomb, but, you know, I took the Muck out, which is really nice. So now I'm going to get a +3 in attack there with my Parasect, which is really great. The next Pokemon to come out is going to be Aerodactyl. I'm like, oh no. So Aerodactyl is going to, you know, it must have some sort of flying type move. I mean, I can go for Spore or Agility. I was a little bit curious whether I'd actually be able to speed it after Agility. And that's going to go for Supersonic. I'm like, don't you dare. They're trying to troll me. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make me hit myself in confusion. And since I've got +3 in attack, it's going to do a lot of damage. So I managed to get the Agility off, which is good. But I'm not out of the woods yet because I still could hit myself in confusion. So at this stage, I can go for Spore, or I could go for Brick Break. But I know that Brick Break's probably not going to take it up. So I decided to go for Spore here. I've got the confusion going, and I got through it for the second time. I was like, that's awesome. So now Aerodactyl is going to be put to sleep. That'll teach them for trolling me, right? So sleeping Aerodactyl. Somehow it's sleeping, but it's still flying at the same time. That just looks really, really quite funny there. So now I can go for Brick Break. Will Brick Break take Aerodactyl at one shot? Absolutely not. But I feel like if I get a crit, it'll be a 2-hit KO. So I got through the confusion 3 turns in a row, and man, Brick Break did a lot of damage there, which was excellent, right? So now Aerodactyl's going to be sleepy here. I could go for a Fell Stinger and take it out here. That'll be awesome. But I think that might have been a Speed tie. I think that was a Speed type, but I got an Effect Spore. I was like, you wouldn't read about it. So that's the end of my Parasect, but I also paralyzed the Aerodactyl. Yeah, that was a Speed tie. Wow, it was too. That was really, really unlucky because I could have got a Fell Stinger and +6 in attack. So we're going to go into my other Parasect. This is the poison one. So the other move they got is Bite, and that's going to flinch me right away. Of course it's going to flinch me. Like, how could it not? So clearly this is a supersonic and bite. It's a troll set just made to make the opponent rage. So I'm probably going to get wrecked here either by bite or another wing attack. They're going to go for a bite again, and bite actually doesn't flinch this time. It does have a 30% chance, and that's going to be the end of Aerodactyl. I thought they would go for wing attack and just one-shot me. That definitely would have one-shot me. You know, I only had I had half health now after the poison and stuff like that. So Parasect now has got half its health left. They do have one more Pokemon left, and it is quite a scary Pokemon for my team as well. I mean, I do have Grass move to hit it, but you know, this thing can definitely have like lots of rock type and maybe even some fire type moves as well. Last Pokemon is this a god? Maybe this is a Godzilla team. I'm not really sure. Maybe it is, or this is just called Godzilla. The Tyranitar is going to go for a Hyper Beam, so a special Tyranitar. And yeah, Parasect is not going to be able to live that. Poor Parasect, and that's the end of it. But I feel I would have won that battle if I didn't get if that wasn't a speed tie with the Aerodactyl. Thank you for the battle of Maze Dessert. Let's get on to the third and final battle. This had something really, really interesting in it for sure. Like, you probably won't get to see this very often, but I'm not going to spoil the surprise. You're going to watch the whole way through. So this is a battle against Skylar, and we have a Leaf-On lead. So with Leaf-On, I've got X-Scissor. That's my most powerful move. I've also got Counter. Now, a lot of the time, Leaf-On can run a physical set. And outside of a grass move, I was thinking, like, what else could it really have? So I went for Counter, and it's going to go for Leaf Blade. Unfortunately, Leaf Blade is quad resisted there, and it didn't crit. So I was like, okay, well, Counter's probably not going to do that much, and it really didn't. And Leaf-On also has the leftovers as the item too. So like, okay, well, this turn, I'm going to go for X-Scissor, you know. That's my best play to go for. It's going to do more than Counter. Unless Leaf Blade really does crit me. So here comes the Leaf Blade again, and it doesn't crit me, which is very, very nice. So now Paras can go for the X-Scissor. I don't think that the crit will do that much anyway to Paras, considering. So X-Scissor is really good there. So that's going to do, it's probably like 2 more X-Scissors to take this thing out. So this sounded like, well, I feel like that Leaf Bomb's probably going to crit me very soon. Maybe I should just play it safe and go for that. It's like, nah, if I get critted like twice in a row, this could be really bad. So I went for Counter. I thought that we would crit, you know, just by luck and stuff. And, of course, it didn't crit. So I went for Counter again. At least Counter is doing, like, some sort of damage there. I definitely should have gone for X-Scissor again. So, like, okay. Is this going to be the turn at crits? Like, nah, we'll just go for that again, right? So now I'm going to go for the X-Scissor. This will definitely take the Leaf Blade up. So the Leaf Blade's going to go for its 4th Leaf Blade, and this is the time the Leaf Blade actually critical hits me. It's like, of course, I missed the crit. X-Scissor is going to be enough to take out the Leaf-On anyway. Libby Leaf-On. So bye-bye Leaf-On there. I mean, it has a very, very barren move for on the physical side, and of course the special side too. Now, the next Pokemon I come out here is going to be Muck. Pokemon you don't get to see very often, and that's going to clap me with the Fake Out, so bye-bye Paras. Now, this Pokemon is probably going to have Guts because it is Burn. I don't see any other strategy you could really use for it in, especially in BDSP. So I went to my bulky Parasect with max health and max special attack. So now we got the Muck swapping out here, and we've got the, I nearly called that Behemoth then. We've got the little flying ghosty coming in here. Definitely can't remember its name out. And now I can probably go and withstand a Giga Drain. So I went for Giga Drain, and it almost took it out. That was really, really good. Now we got the Banette here. Shuppet going for the Custard Berry Shadow Ball. I don't know why I thought about that, calling out that name for. But anyway, I was actually really worried that might do a bit more damage, but it dropped my special defense. So I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. And that's going to be in the shuffle there. Actually quite a nice shiny. It's like a, I don't think it's a, is it Aqua? Yeah, it looks like Aqua. So that's going to be the end of Shuppet. I've got some leftovers recovery there too. And, you know, things are pretty good right now because I was looking at in the team preview, there's a couple other Pokemon. I was like, man, I should do really, really good. So next Pokemon's going to be Sneasel. I was like, well, Sneasel might have an Ice Whip. In Blizzard's going to miss, which is very, very important there. I went for Giga Drain, and it almost took it out there. So it's a 2-hit KO. So I got lots of, that was a crit too. It's like, okay, so let's say I'd say it still would have been a 2-hit KO. So I've got Giga Drain and I've got leftovers that are going to take me all the way back to full health. But if I get hit by one of these blizzards, I'm toast, but both of the blizzards miss, which is very, very unlucky for my opponent. And that's going to be the end of Sneasel there. So I'd say Blizzard would have one-shotted me there. Maybe I would have lived on like a little bit of health, but I don't know, like Sneasel's special attack isn't really all that good. So Muck is going to come in there, it's going to flinch me with a fake out, and since it's already burned, obviously there's no new effects for anything like that. So a little bit of damage there. I can go for a Giga Drain, and I feel like I can easily take this thing out. So Muck is now going to probably go for like maybe a normal type move, or I was trying to think what to do, because I wouldn't do like a fighting type move, maybe like a dark type move. And the move it's going to be going for you is going to be the knockoff. So knockoff does very good damage to Parasect, but since I'm running a bulky set and Parasect, it's got reasonable bulk on the defensive side, he's able to live that one really nice. So Muck is going to go for a bullet punch there, some extra priority. Does pretty good damage actually, and that's going to be the end of that. So there's one more Pokeball left. But this Pokemon actually was quite threatening when it got the setup. So last Pokemon is going to be Milotic. It's like, okay, well, I can Giga Drain this easy. Will it take it out one shot? No, but it should be a 2-hit KO. So Milotic is going to be a coil set. So like, okay, it's a physical set. That's interesting. So it's going to get a +1 in defense and attack, and obviously an accuracy too. So I went for Giga Drain and good amount of damage there. So it's a 3-hit KO. Milotic's got some pretty good bulk to it. I don't even think this has any bulk to it at all. It's just Parasect special attack isn't really that good. So Milotic is going to go for yet another coil here. So another attack rise, another defense boost, and another accuracy rise there. So I'd say that it probably has Aqua Tail. That's quite a good physical move on it, but I don't really know what I've got some idea what the other moves might be. I think you can get Iron Tail in this game. And some other moves, I don't really know. So it's going to be eating this was a Salad Berry there. So I guess that was to make sure the Monitor would outspeed other Pokemon. And now it's going to go for Endure. So as soon as I seen Endure, I knew this thing would probably have Flail, because Flail works very, very good with Endure. So now Milotic is going to definitely have a Flail. So I was like, man, I don't think I can beat this. It's got +2. It's going to wipe my whole team. So Flail's going to take Parasect out. Effect Spore kicks in, and it's a poison, and it takes some Milotic out. You probably will not ever see a battle finish off like that. It's very, very rare. That's why I include this, but man, that's some salt. I'm sorry about that one, Scarlet, but it was pretty funny. Hope you enjoyed the Parasect evolution team. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.